The package is now feature complete. What is left is making it available to the world by publishing it to NPM. For that, we'll be making use of an NPM package called np. If you open package.json, you will see we have a release script which basically makes use of the np package. Remember, most of the content of this package.json file were created for us by Adonis MRM. So if we scroll down, you will see we have an np section that holds the configuration for the np package. So yeah, the content, which stands for the subdirectory to publish, has been set to dot, which means we want to publish the whole project directory. Also, we have set allowing publishing from any branch to false, which means we can only publish from the master or main branch. Also, we are going to add another config section, which is going to be publish config, and I'm going to set the access to public. So when we run the release script, it will know that we are publishing this package as a public package. Now let's run the script. But before we do that, since the np package is going to bump up the version of the package, let's update our version here to 0.0.0. So by the time we run the script, it's going to bump it to the version we want, depending on the version style we are using. So let's run the script. Before I do that, I'm going to stage and commit what we have so far, and I'll be making use of the commit script since the package has been set up to use conventional changelog. So git add --all, then npm run commit. I'm going to select feature as the type. Then for the commit message, I'm going to simply say feature complete. Are there any breaking changes? No. So we've committed what we have so far. Now let's run the release script. First, I'm going to clear my screen, then npm run release. So now the np package is telling us that the following files will not be part of our published package, which is what we want. So we are fine with that. I'm going to type y to continue. Since this is a new package, there are no previous releases. So I'm going to type y to continue. Next, we are prompted to select the version of the package, and we have the option to use semver, or we can specify a different version entirely. I'm going to be using semver, and this release is going to be a major release, so I'm going to select major. Do we want to publish it publicly? Yes, I'm going to type yes again. Now the np package will go through a series of steps, and after that it will publish the package to npm and create a release on GitHub. So we ran into an error, cannot find test.ts. Of course, it's not going to find it because for this our package, we didn't include tests. And if you look at the steps that the np package is running, the first step is the prerequisite check, then next is git, then next is installing dependencies, then after that it's running tests using npm. And for our project, we don't have test. So we need to tell the np package that test is not applicable for this package. So I will come here and update the script. So I'll pass a new flag, which will be --no -tests. Then we can also get rid of the test script entirely. Again, let's commit the change we just made. This time I'm going to select chore and give the commit message of disable tests. Now we can run the release script again. So it's now publishing the package using npm. I am already logged in to npm on my computer, otherwise you'll be prompted to log in. I'm asked to enter an OTP since I have enabled two-factor authentication on my npm account. So I'm reaching for my phone to enter the code. Now the package has been published to npm. If I head over to the browser and go to my packages under the Maize Labs organization, we should see the package that we just published 2 minutes ago. Now the package is open for use for everyone. Of course, we need to update the README to provide proper guidelines on how to install and use the package. If I head back to VS Code, you notice that it skipped the last stage or the last step, which is publishing tags. And that is because I haven't created a GitHub repository for this package. Ideally, I should have created the repository first before starting the release process. But anyways, I'm going to head over to GitHub and create a new repository. And it's going to be under the Maize Labs organization. And the name is going to be adonis-confirm-password. It's going to be public. Then I'll create. Then let's grab this. Head back and refresh. Next, let's update the README, and I'm going to paste in its content. So I have added the installation and configuration steps as well as the usage. Though it is not very elaborate, but it will do for now. I'm going to save the file and commit it. For this, I'm going to select docs. Then the commit message will be update README. Then I can run the release script again. You notice that the prompt is slightly different from before. Now we are prompted directly to select the version, and I'm going to select patch for this. Again, the new release has been published. Now if we head over to the browser, if we refresh this, we should see our changes, and sure we do. And you can see we have 2 tags that are basically the versions that we've released. It's supposed to have created a release. I don't know why it's not creating it. My guess will be because we didn't have a GitHub repository initially when we first ran the release command. But we can create the release ourselves. Also, if we head over to npm, and we can also see the 2 versions that we've published so far. To wrap up this lesson, let's add some additional information about the package. First, let's add a description. And the description is going to be easily allow users to confirm password before carrying out certain actions. Next, let's add the details about the repository. The type is going to be Git, and the URL is going to be git plus https then github.com/meselabs/adonis-confirm-password.git. Then the home page will be the Git URL. So I'm going to copy this. And it's going to point to the README. Then we can also add some keywords, say Adonis.js and Adonis. Of course, we can add other keywords, but I'm going to use just these 2. Then the author is going to be me. Then lastly, we are going to add details about how to report issues or bugs in the package. So we are going to create another session, which will be bugs. And the URL is going to be the issues section on the GitHub repo. So github.com/meselabs/adonis-confirm-password/issues. So that's all the details I'm going to add to this package. Of course, you can add other details or tweak the details to fit your own need. Next, let's publish a new release. First, let's commit the changes. I'm going to select Cho for this also. And the commit message is going to be add additional details. Now we can run the release. Again, this is going to be a patch release. We've published a new release, and now we are redirected to GitHub to create a release, which I was talking about earlier. So I guess it's because I didn't add the repository details on the package earlier. That was why we are not getting this page to create the release. So let's publish the release. So we now have a new release on GitHub. And if we head over to the package on npm and refresh this, we should now see the additional details we just added. So you can see the GitHub repository, the home page, which will link to the README file, the license, the version, issues, pull requests. So that's how to publish an Adonis.js package to npm.